Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News, are United prices keeping Guam and Saipan divided? We dive into the local pricing strategy. Also tonight, stats say that less than 5% of sexual assault allegations are made up. And 3 perfect days in the Mariana Islands may include skydiving and moire making. In sports, 5K run and volleyball action in store this weekend. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Our new McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets are just the right amount of spicy. A small to medium Sprite kind of spicy. Let's get a McFlurry after this kind of spicy. But if you get the mighty hot sauce, it's a napkins up for foreheads now kind of spicy. This came from McDonald's kind of spicy? Because our Spicy Chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of spicy. Unless you remember what I said about the sauce. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Governor Arnold Palacios says time is running short for the retirees' full pension payment. On Wednesday, Governor Palacios notified Settlement Fund trustee Joyce Tang that until the legislature sends him a bill appropriating money for pension payments, the 25% for retiree benefits will be suspended beginning April 15. The House of Representatives passed the bill last week. It now sits with the Senate while the Attorney General undergoes legal review. The bill identifies $5.2 million of dividends paid to CEDA on its share in CUC. The governor underscored the urgency of the situation and is asking the Senate to prioritize the passage of legislation. He says, quote, whether the solution comes from the House Bill 23-104 or in the form of other revenue bills, we need the partnership of the legislature to protect our retirees' livelihood. My administration cannot do this alone. Unquote. He adds it's the obligation of CNMI leaders to safeguard retiree benefits and give them the peace of mind and financial security that they deserve.
More tonight on high inter-island airfares between Saipan and Guam. Bureau of Labor says airfare costs are down 6% from a year ago and even down from February of 2020 across the nation. But locally, our airfare is up, way up, and has been since January of 2023, when United increased airfare prices between Saipan and Guam from fares in the $250 range to well over $500 for the short flight. If you want to fly in the front of the plane, it approaches $1,000, about $50 per minute for the hop south. Senate President Edith De Leon Guerrero.
United Airlines is a business. We are also a government. And of course, we are a tourist-based economy. So everybody has an interest in ensuring that everybody's happy with the rates that is, again, affordable to the region. We all need to support one another with respect to building our economy and bringing in the tourists that we need and the necessary airlines also that we need to service for our Commonwealth. But at the same time, too, businesses have to make a decision. And so that's where us and them have to meet together.
CNMI residents can fly 5 hours to Seoul, South Korea on most days of the week for about half the price of flying to Guam.
Why it's cheaper to fly to Korea than it is to fly to Guam?
I honestly don't know why it's much cheaper, but I was doing some research when I got the letter, and what I did see when, I guess, airlines make decisions in terms of fares, they call it revenue management. Yeah, that kind of like sticks out to me, and I memorized that in my research.
Maybe United has higher costs or pays their staff more. That could account for some of the difference in price, but United appears to be able to vigorously compete for business elsewhere in the world with the same planes and crews. Here's a price graph of flights from Los Angeles to Hawaii. We are showing United flights here. They're offering 5-hour round-trip service to Honolulu from LAX for less than $300 on many days over the next couple of months for the 5-hour flight. Here are fares from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Many days it's less than $150 round trip for the roughly 1-hour flight. Same planes that they use from Saipan to Guam. When local fares increased drastically last year, we sent United a list of questions, including 1, is there a mechanism to this new pricing strategy that you can share? 2, have costs substantially increased? In an email response to this list of questions, United says, in part, that customers should note that fares vary depending on many factors, such as travel demand, travel dates, seasonality, and others. However, that does not appear to be the case in our region. Here is the local price graph. It's really just a straight line, and it does not appear to take into consideration any of the other factors mentioned. Local businessman Jesse Torres said earlier this week that he recently received a similar response after writing a letter voicing his concerns.
United says their prices fluctuate based on demand, seasonality. Have you seen the prices fluctuate?
I have not. The prices always seem to be the same, $580 all year round.
Glenn Polycare works in the tourism industry and is a longtime United customer.
I'd like to see some justification. I know the question's been asked. I know it's based on demand and seasonality, but this rate seems to be flat for 12 months out of the year. When you do a comparable flight, even domestically, and I would consider this to be domestic, LA, San Francisco, no one's paying this kind of money. So just some sort of justification to tell us why we're paying this stuff. And again, if those prices drop to, I'm not saying pre-2000 levels, but to a reasonable rate, I almost guarantee those planes are going to be filled with people that are actually paying for the flights and not just government agencies that have to travel between the two islands.
In the state of Hawaii, Hawaiian Airlines and Southwest both provide inter-island service on jets. It's about 40 minutes between many of the islands, and fares run between $100 and $130 round trip with baggage.
I lived in Hawaii as well, and I know there was rock bottom fares to promote that inter-island travel because there were extended families. I know it's not cheap to go to Tinian or Rota, but to go to Guam, especially for medical reasons or for business reasons, I can't see any justification. Even great 300 is less than 500, but I'm still not getting all the benefits as a 20-plus year United customer.
This week, United's Dan Weiss wrote a letter to the House and Senate confirming the published airfares and also pointing out that United offers residents of the CNMI in Guam access to resident fares that can be accessed by inputting your location into the United app or website prior to booking. But unfortunately, at least so far, we have been unable to get it to work.
We're told that we could access some of these resident rates from the app.
Correct.
Let's try that.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. So I've been following the story, and I book flights quite often also. So when I saw the newspaper article this morning, I thought, oh, cool. Okay, so let's try and book a flight to Guam using the United app. So we've got my phone here, United Airlines. Click on the app. I'm going to book a flight, Saipan, Guam. Let's just pick some random dates here. Let's pick something sooner. Let's go April 19th to May. There we go. Let's try that to that. That to, come on now. Departure date. May 2nd, return date. There we go. Select dates. Okay, search flights. So we're going to go from Saipan to Guam. And it's $587, 87, 647, 947 in business class. So this is using the app. And so what I was told was that if I switch my account, so I went to my account and About Me, and I did this under a resident rate or resident booking here. I'm not going to show you my password there.
Yeah, we'll stay away from that.
Yeah, dude, that is highly confidential. Okay, so we'll sign in here. And so About Me, on the security section of this, it shows that my nationality, I'm from the NMI, and my country of residence. So let's just select it one more time. NMI. Select, save it. Save changed. Okay, let's go back home just so we know we're going back to square one. Let's try and book a flight again. Same flight, search flights. And I'm still coming up with 587. So 587, 647, 649.
We were able to access the local fares on a desktop computer, but without the app working, it's one more impediment. And tourism officials in a tourism-based economy don't want anyone paying exorbitant airfares. It's bad for business. We have reached out to Weiss at United for comment. Senate President is hopeful that more dialogue is coming.
I think this is the step in the right direction. It's really, it allows us more to have a much more open conversation with the corporate, United Airlines. We should not be shy, really, to invite them in and have a sit down with them, and to include our CPA Board of Directors also, so that we can all talk about these issues and what can we do as in partnership that would, potentially lower the airfares much more than what it is today.
Yes, the prices they're keeping me from traveling, but once I get on the plane, and I do travel quite often, the local flight crews are absolutely amazing. They're on time. I can't remember the last time that United lost a bag of mine. I mean, everything is spot on as far as the service goes, and I appreciate that. The crew treats you like family. We know quite a few of them. And they really take care of us. It's a great experience. I would like to have that great experience a little more often if the price was just a little more reasonable, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me there.
The Northern Marianas Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence commemorates the start of Sexual Assault Awareness Month with their campaign, I Stand with Survivors. Chief Prosecutor Chester Hines, who handles various types of crimes in the NMI, specifically involving drug-related cases and sexual assault cases, spoke before island leaders, advocates, and community members on Thursday.
It's frustrating to look at a victim and tell them that the perpetrator was found not guilty. That they were found not guilty because the jury felt there wasn't enough evidence. The jury might want DNA, video, fingerprints. However, cases involving sexual assault or sexual abuse rarely involve this kind of evidence. These cases have a victim who tells you who did it, how they did it, and what they did. And guess what? According to the law, that can be enough if we believe the victim.
According to Hines, statistics show that less than 5% of sexual assault allegations are made up. And for cases that involve children, it's less than that.
How do we not believe a child who tells a parent or a teacher or a counselor and then tells their story to the police and then tells their story to DYS and then tells their story to the prosecutor multiple times to get ready for trial, and then goes into court and not only sees the jury, all the people in the gallery, but sees the perpetrator looking right at him. And then they tell their story again, and people still don't believe. This has to change.
Hines says he is hopeful it will change and that the Office of the Attorney General Criminal Division continues to stand with survivors. Governor Arnold Palacios and Lieutenant Governor David Apatang declared April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
In a small community like this, sometimes it's very difficult because perpetrators sometimes are family members, sometimes are friends. So those are the difficulties that we face. But, you know, all the work that we're doing, all the work that the coalition have been doing in the past 17, 20 years, is to bring this issue to the forefront of our society so that we can begin to also help victims heal and recover.
Lieutenant Governor David Apatang shared a Japanese art called kintsugi, which is putting broken pieces back together with gold. This metaphor means to embrace your flaws and imperfections because you won't realize your full potential until you go through the tough times.
Broken doesn't mean it's over. Our purpose is not to commemorate the trauma and mistreatment of victims and survivors, but we are here to honor the beautiful individual you are and will continue to be as you reassemble your pieces with gold in every step you take on the path of healing.
Confusing signs in Paseo have been removed. This was the scene on Wednesday. And this is a photo taken Thursday afternoon. The Office of Planning and Development confirmed with KSPN that Hongyi Construction, the contractor for CUC, had removed the confusing sign. OPD says they will be mindful to better communicate traffic diversions to the community.
I love Marianne's coffee from Join Me for a Cup. I think you would be really happy.
Distracted driving can cause car crashes. Here are some tips on how to stay safe while driving on the road. Be sure to pay close attention and share what you have learned with your family and friends. Do not text while driving. For your safety, it can wait. Do not let your passengers distract you. Do not adjust the radio or climate controls. No eating or drinking while driving. Stay alert, no daydreaming. No grooming or applying makeup while driving. Remember, you drive, you text, you pay. Drive safely, CNMI. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
If you missed Thursday's Humanities Half Hour, don't worry, we got you. Catch the replay this Saturday at 7 p.m. This week's guests are from the CNMI Division of Coastal Resource Management, Mary Fem Arena and Kiana Regis. The discussion, Shoreline Erosion on Saipan.
Let's talk a little bit about what are the what are the impacts on human activity as a result of this erosion? The first thing that comes to mind for me, other than recreation, recreational areas, is like fishing, fisheries. Is this erosion affecting our fish population, do you think? Or bird habitat also, bird nesting habitat?
So one really important coastal resource that we like to think of, or habitat that's being destroyed, unfortunately, is the shearwater nesting habitat in Manugaha. So Manugaha has seen really severe erosion on the eastern side. And I heard that it was because they removed one of the, I think it's a barge.
Okay, there was a wreck there, or
there was a wreck there, and when they removed it, sometime in the 90s, I think, the sand shifted. So the interesting thing about sediment and how it moves is that it's such a sensitive system. So anything that happens in our lagoon can impact how the sediment moves. And it's really interesting to see that happen with Micro Beach and Hyatt and even Crown Plaza, the rate of erosion that's happening.
Once again, the replay is on Saturday at 7 p.m. here on the Channel 2 News.
Our new Visitors Channel segment is called 3 Perfect Days in the Marianas, and it's designed to introduce our visitors to some unique island activities that showcase the nature and culture that are available in our beautiful islands. Tonight, we are at the beach.
Half a day. I'm Sakura. We're going to have 3 perfect days in the Marianas.
Whispers in my head. What you gonna do? So take it, kiddo. 진실한 나만 believes. You know what they say, don't brag about what you have. Be careful and be humble, otherwise you should be ready to stumble.
We have lots of nice beaches on Saipan, but some of my favorites are Pao Beach, Wing Beach, and Micro Beach. The beach is one of my favorite places to make flower crowns. Half a day, we are here at the beautiful Wing Beach all the way up north. I have brought all my flower crown items to create a crown. Locally, they call it muar. It's a Carolinian language for your head crown. We have our ginger, we have red, we have pink, we also have heliconia. It's related to the bird of paradise. We have some orange colors there. We have some orchids, this white one right here, and some purple ones. And of course, we gotta have our tea leaves. To get started, I had to get my binding wire and measure my head. So this is gonna be the base of my crown, my muar. To start off, I'm gonna put down ginger, lay a flower down, wrap it, and some leaves you can just wrap it once and it'll hold, but ginger's kind of heavy, kind of thick, so I just wrap it a few times. So all you do is lay a flower, bind it together with the base, lay a flower, bind it together, lay a leaf, bind it together. Just keep going on and on until your crown is complete. Start off with one side, end up in the other. I learned by watching my friend, actually. We were supposed to take a workshop with her in Hawaii, but I wasn't able to make it. And then later on, she started her own business. And I learned from her and my sister as well. My sister used to dance at Polynesian dancing at the hotel, and they would make this every day. So I just learned by watching them. It's kind of therapeutic, I would say. And then you get to be creative with it. So leis and crowns are given for birthdays, graduation, baby showers, for any type of event that you would want to gift it to. It's all done. This is the finished look. I'm just gonna tie it together to loop it back, hook it on, that. Here it is. And then if I were to wear it, this. Ta-da! And now you have a muar, flower crown, made up by the beach.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month, plus a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. 2 simple ways of correcting that. All I'm going to have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's going to do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's going to do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's gonna do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals, so upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Fun activities happening this weekend. On Saturday, April 6th, the Pacific Islands Club will hold their signature event, the Saipan Half-a-Day 5K Color Run. This run, known as the No Timed Everyone Wins Fun Run, will generate charitable funds for the Saipan Humane Society. The race will start and finish at the PIC in San Antonio and will feature 5 different coloring stations along the Beach Road route. Participants are encouraged to wear white attire for a full effect. Go time is at 6:30 a.m. If you haven't registered online, you can do race day registration at 5:30. Fee is $12. After the race, PIC will be raffling more than $5,000 worth of prizes, which include water park passes, lunch at Magellan, room stays, and more. Also this weekend, volleyball action starts on Saturday morning at the Crown Plaza Beach. It's a king and queen of the beach format, 2-person volleyball, and you play with someone new each game. More lady teams are needed, so come out Saturday morning, ladies. You don't need a partner to sign up.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
And for your KSPN weather report, tonight, partly cloudy with isolated showers. East winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Low 76 and a 20% chance of showers. Saturday, partly cloudy with isolated showers. East winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Highs 86 and a 20% chance of showers. For your marine forecast, moderate to fresh winds will continue through early next week. Seas will hold in the 6 to 9 foot range through Monday, then could start to diminish around the middle of next week. High tide will be at 6:14 a.m. tomorrow, followed by a low tide at 11:55 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:09 a.m., sunset at 6:30 p.m.